Welcome to Linglestown TV. I'm Bill Bostic, your host. Continuing our discussion on the Square project, the Village Improvement Project, and today, again, we've been visiting all week with Stuart Nade, who's a member of the Village of Linglestown Committee, and we're going to take a look at various things with the construction project. And first, Stuart, how will traffic be diverted? Now, let's focus on Linglestown Road whenever the construction gets started.
My understanding is that the way we're going to handle traffic during the construction phase is that Linglestown Road will remain open but as a one-way street.
Okay, yeah.
And so in the initial phase it'll be one way in a westbound direction.
All right.
So the traffic coming eastbound on Linglestown Road is going to be diverted off. I'm not sure I know exactly where the point is.
All right.
But it might be at Colonial Road or Ranger Road or sometime earlier. But there'll be warning signs, you know, far back, letting people know that the road is closed up.
Right,
ahead.
and as this project gets closer, you can continue to watch Linglestown Gazette, and we'll provide all the details. So, but it will be one way heading what, east into the village, you're saying?
It'll be one way heading out of the village to the west.
To the west, okay, to the west.
So if you're eastbound, you'll need to find an alternate route,
gotcha.
and there'll be. And I'm glad you mentioned the information on the website, because that's going to be one of the things that will be very important to us, is getting the word out to the motoring public as to what to expect. All
right, so there's a plan. We'll let you know more details as we get closer to the construction. And the other question I had was, people are aware that that second roundabout is going to be an entryway into a new bypass onto Blue Mountain Parkway, and when that's under construction, that roundabout's under construction, and how are people still going to get in? People still be able to get into the old Blue Mountain Parkway street that's there now, or entryway?
Again, my understanding is that the bypass itself, the one that runs from Blue Mountain Parkway and goes around to where the first roundabout in the west is slated to be at the intersection of Pennsylvania Avenue by the firehouse, is going to be one of the first things that's done.
Okay.
So they'll be able to work on that without really impeding traffic or closing any roads.
And that's the bypass that goes through, like, around the cemetery there.
So, if all goes well, they'll be able to open that to traffic coming out Blue Mountain Parkway at a fairly early stage of the project, and it shouldn't impact traffic on the Blue Mountain Parkway. It should benefit it before it really impacts it adversely.
Okay. And lastly, some people are concerned. I'm a little bit concerned. We've had some new businesses pop up in the village. Just what kind of plans, if any, are in place right now to work with the businesses?
It's difficult for, any business that's in the midst of a project like this, within the footprint of the project, is going to have some adverse impact on people's access to the business, and that affects, customer traffic.
Right.
There's no way to avoid that completely.
Right.
We're very committed to ensuring that these businesses continue to have access, even if it may be less convenient. So, and part of that is the fact that the Linglestown Road will remain open and never be closed completely, or at least, maybe for very short temporary periods if they're working on some specific thing. We are in the midst of some projects to open the alleys as public streets so that the township can improve them and give some rear access to the the businesses within the village district.
With the alleys, how close are you to actually getting that approval? Or is there still a ways to go on that?
We have to petition the Board of Supervisors, and the committee has submitted a petition to the Board of Supervisors to open them as public streets. Okay. Which will enable the township to do some additional improvement things on them, regulate them with traffic controls, designate them as one way or another, and that will help provide some construction phase access. And additionally, we're looking at other methods, with the parking, for example, the replacement parking. We've tried to get a head start on the replacement parking because we know that that's going to be a critical issue.
Right, there's a lot now at the United Methodist Church that was put in. The
United Methodist Church. You've seen the spaces that were created behind the funeral home.
That's right.
Funeral home. And we're looking at some other options, but we recognize that if you don't get some additional parking in place before the construction phase, the impact of the construction phase on the available parking could be a lot worse.
Okay.
And so that's something that we've been trying to get a head start on.
Again, when it comes to parking and the businesses, again, continue to watch Linglestown Gazette for updates on that. Check back tomorrow for our final installment at our look at the village project. We're going to just wrap things up with a few miscellaneous questions. See you then.